Hi friends, I'm Nancy Jacobs, and for those of you that have been reading my blog for a while, you know about our daughter Emily and how she has been dealing with Lyme disease. And well, I guess I'm asking you, I'd really like for you to pray for her. She just feels like she's at the end of her rope. Her pain, her fatigue, everything has been bothering her. It's been going on for the last 26 months. It's been over 2 years now, and we are not having results with it. The biggest thing too that seems to be bothering her is her ear. She says it's just this constant static that's like a radio station that's not tuned in properly. And she's just feeling at the end of her rope. We go back to the Lyme disease specialist in October, so hopefully they can change her medication and do some things that will improve. And we've taken her to an audiologist, and we've taken her to so many doctors. But anyway, I just want you to know I would really appreciate that. A Bible verse that came to mind after, trying to comfort her last night, Jeremiah 29, verse 11. And in that verse, God is saying, He says, I know the plans I have for you. And I'm not reading this word for word, but it's plans of hope and of a future and to prosper and not have harm. And the thing is that these plans are going to take place on God's time and not ours. And I try to explain that to Emily. And, when you're hurting, it's difficult to keep waiting, but I know God has special plans for that child. And she's a sweet girl who loves the Lord. It's just hard for her to have to deal with this. As you can imagine, it's heartbreaking for us as parents. So please pray for her. One of the things too that I think about is it's really important for all of us to stay away from sin as much as possible so that God can work His plan on us. And I got to thinking about that, and as I had mentioned in a previous video, I don't know if there's levels of sin or how that all works, but I do think that there's sin that we can commit consciously as well as unconsciously. And I mean, we're all sinners. And I got to think, like our eyes, for example. This is just an example, but maybe you work in an office and a handsome young man comes in to work at your office, and you start flirting a little bit, and one thing can lead to another, and pretty soon you desire this man, and that's a sin. That's a sin of adultery, to continue on the way. If you're married, it is, or if he's married, and so that's a sin. Whereas, if we were watching a movie and our eyes see a handsome young man on the movie screen, and think, oh, he's really good looking, and here I am married, my mind just kind of unconsciously thinks that, but then I try to think, oh God, I'm sorry for the sin of my eyes. And I think it's really important to keep ourselves just as free of sin as possible so that God can work those plans on us. Because I think if people are consciously committing sin and then they're thinking, gee, why is my life so terrible? Why is my marriage so messed up? Why do all these things keep happening to me? And it's like, well, God can't work on us if we're in this conscious state of sin. I hope that makes sense. That's how I look at it anyway. So anyway, I tried to talk to Emily about, it's really important to stay, as free from sin as possible so God can work His plan on her and on all of us. So Anyway, thanks for your prayers. They mean so much to us. They mean so much to Emily. Also, I'd ask you if your church has a prayer line, a prayer list, could you please add Emily Jacobs and her Lyme disease to that? And I guess I have 3 prayers with her. My first prayer request is to be ultimately disease-free, pain-free, fatigue-free, the pain in her ear, to have that completely gone and be back to normal. That's my ultimate prayer. But until that occurs in God's time, can you pray that maybe her suffering will be lifted and will be lessened, and also that pray for her to have additional strength during this time, because she really is struggling. Thanks everyone. God bless. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.